Hello, Brenda Meller with Meller Marketing. We're back to another feature of the Meller Marketing LinkedIn Rockstars list. And in this video, what I'm going to do is show you how I do the sorting and ranking and then the colorizing of this fancy Excel chart, this fancy magical Excel chart, I should say, and putting the list together. So I've just completed going through and adding in all of the data from the latest data pull period, which is today, October 5th. And now what I'm going to do is just do a couple formatting things initially. So the first thing is I'm just going to make sure that the grid is built. So I need to kind of go in there and add on the grid. Okay, that's got nice frames around it now. And then the other thing I do before I start to do my sorting is I look through my list to see if there's anybody new that's been added which doesn't have a prior data period to report on, because this will mess up my sorting. So you can see here I added Jason. I don't have a previous data number for Jason of number of followers because I just added him to the list. So I'm going to delete out the number change and delete out the percent change because I want to make sure that he is ranked appropriately in the list. And then I'm going to scroll to the top of my list. And my very first job out of college, I did media planning, and we did a lot with Excel spreadsheets. So I really became an Excel whiz in that role. So what I do is I grab the data, and I'm highlighting that entire kind of section of all the data. And then I go into data sort range, and I'm going to sort by, what I first do is sort by percent change. So I'm going to sort in this case by column DR. Yeah, let's see here. I always just do this numerically, or rather the alphabetical versus adding in the columns because sometimes it gets skewed. And then I'm doing descending order because I want the highest percentage change at the top, lowest at the bottom. I sort that. And then I see that Jason, since he doesn't have a previous data period, he goes to the bottom automatically. Go back up to the top of the list, and now I can see how things have moved around. So what I'm going to do is just pull the number 1 down, and what I do first is I just pull it all the way to the bottom. And that's going to take everybody in rank order and just pull it in there. I'm going to take Jason out of 67 because he's technically not 67th rank. And the other thing is I like to highlight in purple the top 25, so I'm going to grab 26 on and change that data color to white. Okay, so now I've got my top 25. Same exercise, and I'm now going to do this for number of change. So I'm going to do data, sort, and I'm sorting by column D, looks like DQ in this case. So I'm going to go scroll down to column DQ, and same thing, I want to do descending order, sort, and that resorts people by number change, or number of followers change. Then you can see Jared's still at the top of the list here. I'm going to pull this number 1 down and go down to the bottom. I'm not going to pull a Jason in there for the same reason I already explained. And then I'm going to then go back up to the top, remove the blue coloring from here. And again, this is sorted by number of change, so highest number increase of followers week over week compared to the previous data period. In this case, it was just a weekly period. And then the final one is rank by number of followers. So I'm going to do data, sort range, and this is by my column DP. And this is showing total followers that they have. So not the percentage change or percentage increase, just who's got the biggest following. So I sort that, and then I see here, you know, Lacey's at the top of the list, followed by Brenda, Donna, Jared, etc., etc. Looks like Jared's moved up a couple points. Nice job, Jared. So now I pull this down, and I'm going to include everybody in this list because this is total followers. It's not just percentage increase or percentage change. So again, I'm going to go back in here and drop out the colors, and everybody who's in the top 25 in any of those lists is now colorized. So you can see here, if I was just reporting based on total number of followers, the mix is going to look a lot different. And kind of looking across, you can see anybody who has purple for the first column, blue for the second, and yellow for the third is really rocking it on LinkedIn. Not only do they have a large following, but they are also substantially growing their following week to week to week. So they're doing a great job. So now that I've got those figured out, I'm going to go back through one more time, and I'm going to sort by the first column. So I'm going to go data, sort range, and I'm still going to pull the same column. So I'm going to go back to DR. Sometimes the 1s and the 11s, for whatever reason, they get stuck right next to each other. So I'm looking for column DR. Any of you data Excel junkies will know what I'm talking about sorting here. So data is column DR, Z through A is descending order, and now everybody's right in the back order again. I'm only doing this by column A. So one thing I like to do is just a quick spot check just to make sure, because every now and again I might see somebody who's 2.12, 2.12. So I just want to make sure that if there's anybody who looks like they're tied in terms of percentage increase, like here's one, number 22 and 23, Joe and Jessica, you guys both increased by 0.77%. So I'm going to increase the decimal places there, increase the decimal places here, and you can see Joe was just a hair above Jessica in terms of percentage increase. And same thing, Steve and Susan were really ranked pretty close. So I'm going to expand that out, and you can see it's 0.637, and this one was 0.636. So Susan missed it probably by a person or two in terms of the top 25 list there. So I'm going to give her a shout out today here too. So that is that portion of the video. I'm going to stop this now, and then I'll do a next video on how I put this together in Canva. Again, this is Brenda Meller with Meller Marketing. If you like this tip, please give my channel a follow, and do follow me on all the major social media networks: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter.